Good morning or good afternoon, Year 1, and today we have got our second geography lesson, and remember our topic is looking at how does the weather in the UK change across the year. So this is the question that we're going to be answering at the end of this topic. So we looked at autumn and winter last week, so this week we're going to be looking at, you've guessed it, spring and summer. So we're going to be looking at those seasons and some facts about those seasons and how the weather might change within those seasons. So, what can we remember about autumn and winter from last week? What I want you to do is I want you to have a think, put me on pause and see what we can remember about autumn and winter. Putting me on pause now. Fantastic, let's hear some of your ideas. Great, autumn does come before winter, and what happens? In autumn, the leaves change colour. Fantastic, they do. And what happens? They fall down from the tree. Fantastic. And what's the weather like in autumn? It's quite mild. Sometimes it's a little bit sunny, but it's starting to get colder. It's starting to get colder. Fantastic. And does anything else happen in autumn? Sometimes the animals start to hibernate. Absolutely. And what else? And we start harvest. Fantastic. And what about winter? It gets very cold in winter. We might have to wear coats and scarves and hats. Fantastic. It might even snow. Very good. And it's when we have Christmas. Fantastic. And other celebrations. Brilliant. Great work, everyone. Okay, so today we're going to be describing spring and summer, our next two seasons. So we're going to be thinking about exactly what spring and summer are and some of the differences between the two. So we would have already done autumn and winter. We're moving into spring and summer and starting to think about what happens in those seasons, changing of the weather and things that happen. So spring starts on the 21st of March. So this is the start of spring, and this is when we start to notice some changes happening. We might start to notice that the trees start to get some leaves. We might notice some flowers starting to emerge. And it's around the time that lots of little baby animals might start to be born. Spring is a time of birth. Fantastic. And summer starts on the 21st of June. And this is when things start to get really much hotter in the UK. It's when the temperature starts to go up, and it's when we have a lot more sunshine. Summer is the month where we have lots more sunshine in comparison to the previous month, spring, where we actually have quite a lot of rain to help things grow. So our seasons have lots of different differences. Looking at the trees, we can spot one of the main differences. Trees in the summer are full of leaves, and as the seasons go on, the leaves change colour and they fall off the tree. But then in spring, they start to grow again, ready for the cycle to start again. Remember, our seasons go in a cycle. We have spring, summer, autumn, winter. So let's have a little look at some of those seasons.
Spring comes after winter. It is a time when the snow is melting. It rains a lot. Flowers bloom during spring, and there is greenery all around. In many cultures, spring is celebrated because of its importance in food production and the sowing of the crops. We wear raincoats and rain boots to protect ourselves from the rain. Kids come outdoors to play, to ride bikes, to fly kites, or to plant gardens. Summer comes after spring. It is the hottest and sunniest time of the year. The days are long and the nights are short. We wear hats, swimsuits, shorts, floaters, and loose dresses that allow us to move comfortably in the hot, dry weather. In most countries, children are out of school during this time of year for summer break. Kids like to have indoor fun and games. Outdoors, kids go to the beach to swim and enjoy water sports.
Fantastic. So there's a few things about what you might get up to in spring and summer. And it mentioned the fact that in the summer, the days get longer. So we have more hours of sunshine and the nights get shorter. So let's have a little think about what we think the temperature is like. When we looked at autumn and winter, we had fairly warm to about freezing. Now it's spring and summer. How does the temperature change for spring and summer? Well, let's look at spring first. Do we think the weather in spring is freezing cold? No, it's not absolutely freezing cold. It's not the winter months anymore. Do we think it's cold in spring? No, I wouldn't say it's cold. I'd say sometimes we might need a jacket, but it's not cold in spring. Is it cool? Yes, I'd say that it is fairly cool in spring. I think it definitely has some wind and we definitely have a lot of rain sometimes. What do we think about warm? Do you think spring is warm? Yes, why is spring warm? Because sometimes the sun is shining, absolutely, to help everything grow. Would we say it's hot in spring? Well, maybe nearer the end of spring, it does start to get a little bit hot. But is it boiling? No, I definitely say it's not boiling at all in spring because it's not quite got that hot yet. All right, let's see if you can have a go and tell me what you think about summer. We did spring together. Let's see if we can do summer. Okay, I'm going to start at the bottom. Do we think summer is freezing cold? No. Why is summer not freezing cold? Because the days are longer and the sun comes out a lot more. Would it be cold in summer? Again, no. Well done, because of the same things. Would it be cool? I wouldn't say it's cool in summer. I'd say most of the time it is warm. What do we think about warm then? Yes, I'd definitely say it's warm. Sometimes we might need a little jacket, but the sun would most likely be shining. What do we think about the next one? Do we think it's hot in summer? Yes, it definitely is hot in summer. The temperature definitely goes up in summer. What about boiling? Sometimes, yes, I definitely agree with you there. Sometimes the weather might be boiling in the summer, but not necessarily all of the time. Probably in the months of July and August, it's definitely a lot hotter than it would have been in June. Fantastic. So let's have a think about what the weather is like in the UK in spring and summer. I'm going to show you some pictures and you're going to tell me if you think we're describing spring or summer or perhaps even both. Are you ready? You sure? Okay, here we go. Is it sunny in spring or summer? What do you think? Let's have a look at those pictures. Yes. For which one? Both. Why do you think it's sunny in both? Because in summer we have a lot of sunshine, fantastic, and we might want to go to the beach. And what about spring? It is sunny in spring. Why might it be sunny sometimes in spring? To help the flowers to grow. Fantastic. Rainy. Is it rainy in spring and summer? Oh, yes and no. Which one? It's not rainy in summer. It's not often rainy in summer. Absolutely. Fantastic. What about spring? Fantastic. It does rain in spring sometimes. Sometimes we have things called the April showers. You might have heard of those. And that is when it rains a lot because we're trying to help things to grow. So sometimes we will get rain in spring and sometimes we get a lot of rain in spring. Fantastic. Is it cloudy in spring and summer? What do we think? Yes. Why do you think it's cloudy in spring and summer? Because it seems to be cloudy most of the time. It does seem to be cloudy most of the time, and we definitely get clouds in spring, usually before a little bit of rain, but sometimes in summer we do have a few clouds in the sky to make it slightly less hot. So it's often cloudy. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to rain, but sometimes in spring it might be. Windy, what do we think? Is it windy in spring and summer? We're not sure on this one. You think it's windy in spring? I'd agree. I think it is windy in spring. I think it's more windy in spring than it is in summer. I think depending on if it's windy, depends if we're getting wind come over across the UK from a different country. I think most of the time it's not really windy in summer, but I do think sometimes in spring it is a little bit windy. It's more windy in our winter seasons. Is it snowy in spring and summer? No? Why not? Because it's normally snowy in the winter seasons. Fantastic. And the weather's getting warmer, so would the snow stick? Absolutely not. Fantastic. Well done, everyone. You have managed to find some of the weather for spring and summer. Now, you did a little bit of this last year, learning all about spring. So what I want you to do is I want you to put your thinking caps on and see if you can remember any of the things about spring. What do we remember happens in spring? We've got some pictures here to help us. We've got some baby chicks, we've got some lambs, we've got some bears that look like they're waking up. We've got some flowers. What do we think happens in spring? Having a little think. What do we think happens in spring? New animals are born. Absolutely. In spring, we have lots of animals who start being born. Absolutely. Spring is the season of birth. It's when we have lots of animals being born. Spring is also when the animals come out of hibernation. Absolutely. Fantastic. And it's where lots of things start growing. Fantastic. After our winter season, where everything is looking a little bit grey, we start to see some life. We start to see things growing, leaves going back on the trees, and lots of flowers. Fantastic. So in spring, the sun shines more and the days start to get warmer. That's because our days are getting a little bit longer. Spring is a time when baby animals are born. Look, if you were to go down to a farm, you'd see lots of life starting to happen down at the farm. Spring is a time when plants, trees and animals wake up after a long nap. Those have been resting and they're ready to grow again and wake up and get moving around. In spring, it does rain a lot. We have spring showers to help warm the earth, moisten the soil and help new plants to grow. Another way of saying that is sometimes we call them April showers, because in the UK we often notice that in April we get a lot of rain to help this to happen. So what about summer? What do you remember about summer? Putting me on pause and having a little think about what you remember about summer. We've got some pictures there to help us, some sunflowers poking up, bees buzzing around, lots of food, sunshine. What do you remember about summer? It gets really hot in summer. Absolutely, it does get really hot in summer. What else happens? Fantastic, the plants go into full bloom, don't they? Sunflowers especially happen in summer, don't they? Absolutely, and they grow really tall, and they often have those heads that face towards the sun, so they move around. And what about the food? Fantastic, we can eat the things that we were putting out for harvest. They're ready and they're ripe, ready to eat. Fantastic. So in summer, the days are longer, okay? We have longer days and shorter nights. We have the hottest weather in summer, and it is often where people wear summer clothes, and it's when school is finished. So partly through the summer season, school finishes and you have the summer holidays, which is often a time when you might go away and relax somewhere in the warm weather. And the summer fruit and vegetables are ready to be picked and eat that were planted during the harvest. And you might see lots of bees and butterflies floating around from flower to flower, pollinating, ready for a new season. So we're going to have a little bit of a quiz to see if we can remember all the things we learnt about spring and summer before we start our work. Okay, we're ready for our quiz all about spring and summer. Question number 1. When does spring start? Does it start A, the 21st of June, B, the 21st of July, C, the 21st of March, or D, the 22nd of December? All I want you to do is call out your answer. Is it A, B, C, or D? And the answer is... The answer is C, the 21st of March. That is when spring starts. Question number 2. When does summer start? Does summer start A, the 21st of June, B, the 21st of February, B, the 22nd of September, or D, the 22nd of July? Making your guess, saying your correct S to the screen, A, B, C, or D. And the answer is... The answer is A, the 21st of June. Remember, summer starts in June and it starts on the 21st of June. Fantastic. Question number 3. What are the 3 summer months? Are they March, April, May? B, June, July, August, C, December, January, February, D, September, October, November. What are the 3 summer months? Making your guess to the screen, A, B, C, or D. What are they? They are in fact B, June, July, August. Fantastic. Question number 4. What are the 3 spring months? Are they A, December, January, February, B, June, July, August, C, September, October, November, or D, March, April, May? Making your choice. Is it A, B, C, or D for the 3 spring months? And the answer is D, March, April, May. Well done, everyone. Question number 5. In summer, animals migrate and hibernate. B, animals are born. C, we have longer sunlight days. Or D, it rains a lot. What do we think? A, B, C, or D? Making your choice. The answer is in fact C. We have longer sunlight days and shorter nights. Question number 6. In spring, A, baby animals are born. B, we wear summer clothes. C, leaves change colour. D, it always snows. What happens in spring? A, baby animals are born. B, we wear summer clothes. C, the leaves change colours. D, it always snows. Making your choice, A, B, C, or D? And the answer is A, baby animals are born. Fantastic. Question number 7. In summer, animals start to wake up. B, fruit and vegetables are picked. C, children go to school. D, people wear winter clothes. What do we think? A, B, C, or D? Making your choice now. The answer is B, fruit and vegetables are picked. Fantastic. Question number 8. In spring, A, the days become warmer. B, fruit and vegetables are picked. C, animals sleep all season long. D, people wear summer coats. In spring, A, B, C, or D? What do we think? And the answer is A, the days become warmer. Fantastic. Well done, everyone. Great job on the quiz. Okay, we've had our quiz. Now, we've done a little bit on our weather symbols so far, so let's see if we can remember some of these weather symbols. Ooh, got lots of different ones here, and some of them mean different things. Ooh, what do we think we can remember? Who can tell me what the black cloud with the raindrops means? Fantastic, it does mean that it's going to rain. Is it going to do anything else? No, it's just predicting heavy rain. What about the single white cloud? What do we think that means? It's going to be cloudy. Absolutely fantastic. What about the black cloud with the star-shaped white objects falling? It's going to snow. Fantastic. Absolutely. That is our symbol for it's snowing. And what about the one with the bright sun? It's going to be a sunny day. Fantastic. And let's try. What about the ones that have the sun just peeking out? What do we think those might be? It's going to be sunny. And well done. So our one here with the rain and the sun, it's going to be sunny and rainy. This one, it's going to be sunny and cloudy. Well done. And this one says it's going to be sunny and snow. Fantastic. Well remembered, everyone. So remember, the weather symbols are used on the UK map to show us what the weather is going to be like in different places. Okay. Now, often when we see the weather, we will notice that we start to see it's always warmer in the south of the UK than the north of the UK, where it's a little bit colder. That's because the north of the UK is closer to the top of Earth, where it gets a little bit colder. And the bottom of the UK is closer to something we call the equator, which is where it's a lot hotter. Okay, so even in the warmest seasons, it will often be warmer in the south than it is in the north. And in the winter, it's going to be colder in the north than in the south. And here we've got some little weather to help us remember this. A little bit colder up here than it is down here. The other thing we might notice when we look at weather reports is that it rains a lot near the mountains, okay? These yellow bits are the mountain regions. Now, we don't have mountains in the south or anywhere near London, but we definitely do in Wales, moving up through the Midlands, and in Scotland there are lots of mountains. It rains a lot near the mountains, and often it might be raining or sunshine at the same time, but definitely in our spring seasons we would see a lot of rain in the mountains. So we're going to have a little brainstorm about some words we could use for spring and summer, because we're going to need this for our work, okay? What words do we think we could think of for spring and summer? You're going to have a little think, and then you're going to call out some suggestions for me. So put me on pause. What words do we remember we could use for spring or summer? Okay, what do we think for spring? It rains. And what do we have? We have spring showers. Fantastic. What else could we say about spring? Well done. Animals come out of hibernation. Fantastic. What else? The flowers start to grow. Great work. Absolutely. All right. There's some for spring. Fantastic. Putting me on pause if you want to jot some of your ones down. What do we think we could do for summer? What do we think? I'm going to make these a little bit smaller. What could we do for summer? Very hot. It is very hot in summer. School holidays. It is the school holidays. What else? We could say the days are longer. Very good. The days are longer. What else could we say about summer? Children get to play outside. Fantastic. Well done. And the summer harvest food is ready to eat. Amazing, guys. You remembered so much. Now you can use my word bank to help you with your writing, or you can create your own word bank to help you with your writing. You can put me on pause and copy down some ideas if you want, or you can use my word bank and put the video on pause. What we're going to do now is we're going to have a go at the independent worksheet. I'm going to help show you the steps through it, and then you're going to have a go by yourself. Okay, so we are ready for our independent task. Now, this is the worksheet that you're going to be working with. And remember, we are going to be thinking of some sentences to describe spring and summer. Now, we can use some of the ideas that we got in our word bank to help us. Remember, I want a full sentence that would describe spring and a full sentence that would describe summer. So if I'm thinking about sentences that could describe spring, I might be thinking about the things that happen in spring. The plants start to grow. There are spring showers. Baby animals are born. The weather gets a little bit warmer. And I'm going to start my sentence in the spring. Okay, so I'm going to remember my capital letter. In the, and I'm describing spring, so in the spring. And I think I'm actually going to talk about baby animals being born. So I'm going to say in the spring, the baby animals are born. I'm going to say in the spring, the baby animals and animals are born. The or Full stop. End of my sentence. Now I've made an amazing sentence there, and perhaps I could draw a baby animal now. So I might attempt to draw a baby duck, perhaps, with his little feet. Here we go, starting to get my duck with his feathers. He's a very fluffy duck at the moment. There we go. In the spring, baby animals are born. Now I could make this so much more interesting by adding another sentence. What else could I say? In the spring, baby animals are born. Oh, I know, I'm going to talk about the rain. I'm going to say, we have spring showers. It rains lots to help the plants grow. Perfect. So in capital letter, we have spring showers, comma, it rains. Oh, I've got to move on to this bit. Lots to, we have spring showers. It rains lots to, what does it do? To help, well done, help the, oh, why does it rain a lot? It helps the plants, well done, to help the plants grow, and a full stop. Now I've done two interesting sentences. Not only have I spoken about spring, I've spoken about the baby animals, I've spoken about spring showers and plants growing. So I'm very happy with this. Now I'm going to draw maybe some plants growing. Let's do different stages of plants growing, perhaps. Let's do a big flower or end one. Here we go. Very nice. So I'm making sure I draw pictures about all the things I've spoken about. Baby animals, plants growing. So now I need spring showers, and I'm actually going to use the sign that they might use when they're doing a weather report. So I'm going to do some of the sunshine behind, peeking through, and I'm going to draw the raindrops. Fantastic. Very happy with this. In the spring, the baby animals are born. We have spring showers. It rains lots to help the plants grow. I've spoken about spring and I've described what's happening and the characteristics of spring. Now I need to do the same for summer. All right, let's see what happens in summer. In summer, the days are longer. In summer, there's lots of bees that pollinate the flowers. We have to wear clothes that help our skin to breathe because it's a lot hotter. In the summer, it's boiling hot. Okay, so I'm going to start my sentence. In the summer, capital letter. In the summer, I think I want to talk about the long days and the short nights. So I'm going to say in the summer, we have longer days and shorter nights. In the summer, we have longer days and shorter nights. Fantastic. And my sentence is all finished. Right, I can start a new sentence now. What's wrong? Did I forget my full stop? Oh dear. Got to remember my full stop. Thank you for reminding me. But what else did I do? Did I talk about good things in summer? Fantastic. Did I use my capital letter? Great. Okay. So I might draw the sun. I think I'm going to draw the sun now because I'm talking about the sun and nighttime, and I'm actually going to draw a bit of a beach. I'm going to pretend I'm on the beach. Fantastic. Now, could I make this better? I could add another sentence. So what could I say? In the summer, we have longer days and shorter nights. I'm going to talk about the bees. The bees pollinate the flowers. That's what I'm going to say. The capital letter. Bees. Oh, pollinate's a difficult one. Pollinate. Pollinate the flowers. Full stop. The bees pollinate the flowers, and I'm then going to draw a lovely buzzing bee. Fantastic. When you've done all this, you can add some colour to it. Here's Miss Bamford's finished one. She's added some colour. She's made sure that she's drawn all the things she's spoken about. I've got my baby duck, my flowers, my rain, bees and sunshine. All right, it's your turn to have a go. Good luck, everyone.